Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this is a voiceover video. Today we're doing a get ready with me that I would do every day, starting with skincare. All the lists and prices are listed on the screen. I'm going in with my vitamin E serum. This is something that I put on every day before my moisturiser. It really does help the skin throughout the autumn and winter. Also, I find that it's really easy to blend in, and if I run out of my ordinary oil, this is what I usually use. I usually use about 2 pumps, and that usually lasts me probably 2 to 3 weeks because I use it every day, morning and evening. But I really let that kind of set in. If you're used to my lives, you know that I'd give it at least 30 seconds, and then anything else that's remaining, just so I don't waste the product, I do pop it on my neck and my décolletage area. Now I'm just really making sure it's all set in before we move on to the next, which is one of my favorites actually, guys. This is the eye cream from the Inky List, caffeine infused. Anything caffeine, guys, is going to be absolutely amazing for your skin, particularly your under eyes. I really suffer with the kind of blue tones underneath my eyes, kind of the greyish underneath my eyes, and it really does help. You probably see, if people are asking when do you see results, most probably I saw results within the first 2 to 3 weeks. You do have to keep at it though. You can see here I'm tapping gently, I'm not kind of rubbing the eye in any way. I'm really taking my time with that, guys. So once that has started to really kind of sink into the skin, what I do now is go in with my Solait. The price will come up on screen at the moment. It is amazing, guys. This is from Superdrug. It's their own brand. They also do Solait Self Tan. They do Solait Foundation. All of them have SPF. This is for sensitive skin. It's an SPF 30. Now, a lot comes out, guys. Just remember that. I made that mistake the first time. To be fair, it was my first time ever purchasing it. A lot of product comes out the first time, so definitely make sure you use that on the décolletage area, the neck area. I would say always put SPF on those areas anyway. But you can see that was 1 pump, guys, and look how much comes out. But I will say, guys, it's a really good SPF for autumn and fall and winter as well, because it's thicker. The SPF is 30, but you can absolutely get a higher one. The highest they have I've seen is 50. I would just say also value for money. I think it was £6. Again, it will be displayed in a moment, or it may have already been displayed on the phone. Now I'm just going to let all that set in. If you know me, guys, you know I let everything set in at least 30 seconds before I go on to something else. Now, I did forget primer. I go straight on to my skin tint here. This is the NYX GLAZE, Better Than Butter, and mine is in Vanilla Bean Butter. I usually take 2 to 3 pumps in the fall and autumn. I don't need as much in the summer. Again, I would have put my primer of the week. This week is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. That was what I was supposed to do, but obviously my thoughts are somewhere else. So again, I'm popping that around with my finger. Now, some people put it on the brush direct to their face. I like to pop it on the face where I need it, and then I can kind of go in again if I want to. Again, you can see that I'm going in, and it's probably because I am suffering so far with red under my chin and my nose area. So the chin area for me and the kind of cheeks is where it goes. This is just me fast forwarding the process for just blending that in. I'm using my Real Techniques foundation brush. You can use a sponge if you want to. I find that the brush is really quick in the morning, but also it does get to the areas that maybe a sponge would take a little bit longer to get to. So now what I'm doing is going in with my Rimmel Corrector Conceal. Again, this is something that I've been using since I used up my e.l.f. Putty, my e.l.f. It was the hydrating concealer, so that's been used up. So now I've moved on to this, and again, I will say with this, and I did say this with the e.l.f. as well, a little of this product goes a very long way. So when I pop this under my eyes, what I tend to do is just use my fingers, as you can see here, and I really let that do 50% of the work, because I don't want to damage under the eye. I'm very, very particular about what I put under my eyes, but also I'm particular about how I put it under my eyes. So I've warmed it up essentially on the skin, and you will see me now go in with a brush. Now that brush is going to do about 30% of the work. I've done about 70 with my hands. This is just going to blend everything really nicely into the skin, and it's also going to blend kind of the dark and the light as well, so it's going to look a little bit more natural. I think I had a hair there, I was just taking that away. But it is going to look natural, guys. The more you blend with anything, guys, the kind of lighter the application will look. But you can see, guys, I'm certainly suffering from redness under the chin and things like that. So I am just kind of making sure that's all kind of correct and concealed. It's also a color corrector, guys, so you can get various colors in that as well. Again, just making sure that all of that is actually blended in nicely. I can see the redness is still coming through. I am going to look for creams for that, guys, but it is something all year round that I do tend to suffer from. So now you can see in the price will come up in a moment, the Makeup by Mario Skin Sculpting Skin Enhancer. I use it just as a skin enhancer. If you're looking for something to really contour your face, my advice would be go about 3 or 4 shades deeper, even just 2 shades deeper, and it will really sculpt that face. Makeup by Mario. Mario was actually Kim Kardashian's original makeup artist years ago, and that's how he made himself known. But this is amazing, guys. It's like a pre-bronzer that I use it for. This is the light, and you can see what it does. It just really gives that glow to the skin before you put some bronzer on, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to look too dewy, but I wanted to look healthy, and because I haven't been feeling very well, sometimes that does show on the outside, the skin particularly. And so what I'm going to do now is just take out that Kiko Milano. First of all, not the Kiko Milano. I'm getting ahead of myself now. I'm setting myself my skin with the Vitamin E's from Collection, and it's an SPF 20 powder. Now it looks white, but if you've seen my lives before, it actually goes on transparent, so you're not going to get any discoloration. It's not going to take away anything that you've done. It's amazing, guys. It's kept on my makeup for at least 6 or 7 hours in various weathers when I've been out with the guys at work, and it's one of my staples now. I would never go without it. Again, it's an SPF 20, which I feel is really good to find in a powder, never mind like a skin tint. So to have a powder that has an SPF included is amazing. So you can see I'm just really making sure that's putting around the face. That's it there, SPF 20 Collections Mattifying Powder. Now I'm going in with my Revolution Pink Setting Powder. I only use this under my eyes, as you might know. So now I'm just going in with that little triangle puff. That's the only place I put this pink powder. Really just gets right into the corners where you need it, and again, it does keep on that concealer. It sets everything where it needs to be. And again, the colour for under the eyes just brightens everything up. I know I've said before, some people use it all over the face. I love this colour just to really brighten the under eye. Again, anything that's left, I just use in my T-zone. And that's it, it's super matte fix. Also, no flashback as well, which is great for pictures. Now here is the Kiko Milano Flawless Fusion Bronzer. You'll see all the prices displayed. This is a lovely daytime bronzer, guys, and it really just sits in the skin really well. Always go right from the hairline just to make it look a little bit more natural. It's super blendable as well, so if you bring it down too far or you've maybe gone a bit too strong, just keep blending, guys, that's the key. You can really take your time with this too. It doesn't come off too strong. You can see I'm doing really well with it as well. But it's a very enjoyable bronzer to use because you really can manage it. It's not too powerful. And then you can go in with a bigger brush if you want to, and just blend all of that out. If you feel like it needs to be. That's the Big Bertha blush from DJS Beauty. They're a company in America who do eyeshadow palettes, foundation and makeup brushes, and I tend to use them a lot. So this has to be, guys, my most favorite blush so far. This is the NYX Buttermelt blushes. There's so many colors. This is in Terracotta. It's my new absolute favorite. I never had this color blush before, but ever since using it, and there is a video, do check it out, and I might tag it on this of me actually comparing the berries and the terracotta, so I might link that somewhere here. But it's a really beautiful color, particularly for autumn, guys. So just blending that out now, guys, with a bigger brush. You can always kind of go stronger if you want to. I think if it was a nighttime look, I would certainly go stronger. But I think this is probably the right amount for a daytime look. You could certainly get other colors too. Definitely check out that video where I can do the berries as well. Now what I tend to do, if I'm not doing any eyeshadow, which I'm not, is just curling those lashes with my e.l.f. eyelash curler. And then my mascara of the day is, of this week even, is the Rimmel Scandalize, and this is the waterproof mascara. Again, all the prices are shown on screen. Super easy to apply. Then lastly, just going in with my lip oil, which is the Revolution Lip Pout Oil. That's available at Superdrug and Amazon and Boots as well. So other than eyeshadow, which I chose not to do today, this is my everyday go-to look. Not too kind of intense, but definitely kind of fresh looking. I'm gonna just pop my matte Revolution setting spray on now. And that's the look, guys. I hope you enjoyed.